Hello everyone, welcome to week 4 of Gear Up Lessons. Before we get started on this week's lesson, we're going to go over the norms of engagement as always, which are try to stay engaged as much as possible in this lesson and complete the activity attached to this assignment. So today's discussion, we will continue our discussion on the industry, manufacturing, and engineering field. We'll get ready for post-secondary education through preparatory programs. And we will go over helpful tools for success. To break down this cluster, we watched a video on industrial engineering last week. Industrial engineers find ways to optimize processes, or in other words, help systems run in the best way they can. For example, a project that an industrial engineer may work in is how to reduce wait times at an amusement park. This graphic shows the many working areas of an industrial engineer. Industrial engineers can work in many different systems, from the military to healthcare to education. If you're interested in the field of engineering, think about what other interests you have. A great thing about engineering is that the work that they do may overlap into other career clusters. So if you're interested in engineering as well as education, you can be able to get the experience on both fields of work. Today, we're going to continue our discussion of the May career cluster, industry, manufacturing, and engineering. If you remember from last week, this cluster is very broad and includes science, math, technology, design, planning, and organization. Last week, we also discovered programs on My Career Shines. These screenshots are taken directly from the My Career Shines website. As you can see, there are several colleges in Florida that offer industrial engineering as a major. A major, as a reminder, is a group of courses you must take in college in order to receive a degree. On the next slide, we're going to hear from a current industrial engineer. She is going to share what work is like in her career and her experience she had throughout her program and in her job.
Hi everyone, my name is Aisha and I am currently working as a quality engineer for Medtronic, a medical device company. I was born and raised in Bosnia, which is a small country in southeastern Europe. And then I applied to multiple colleges here in the States and I got a full scholarship for UF, so that's how I ended up here. So I graduated from UF with electrical engineering degree, and throughout my undergrad I did 2 semesters of internship with Medtronic. So I did my internship with a different group than the one I'm working with right now. So the group I did my internship with was new product development, so I kind of got to learn what it takes to develop a new product and kind of get it out in the field, sell it. Like from the beginning, from prototyping, like feasibility phase where you're just testing everything, seeing what will work, what doesn't work, to basically developing a production line in-house. So it was very interesting and it was a really good experience. So after graduation, I knew I wanted to work with Medtronic, so I applied for a position on release products team. So those are the products that are already in the field that we're selling, and what I do as a quality engineer is quite a lot. So first I have to figure out, so if, for example, if there are multiple complaints in the field that are of the same nature, I have to investigate why that's happening, why our product is failing in the field. And then once I figure out what the cause is, then with a team, we have to come up with a solution and then implement that solution. Now, implementing a solution sometimes is not an easy fix. Sometimes it's just changing a resistor on a PCB, which is a printed circuit board, or, I don't know, changing something very simple, a cable. But sometimes it's much more than that, and then sometimes it doesn't happen, or we decide to go a different route. There are a lot of things and factors that go into what project happens. But for example, for the small project, if we want to replace a component on a board, what we have to do is do a bunch of testing and then prove that the change that we're making doesn't impact the functionality of the product and doesn't impact the patient. So that's the first thing. And then you have to document all of that and then release the change, basically. So, and what I'm currently working on is a very important project that Hannah asked me to talk about to you guys. So first of all, I'm mostly working from home. I'm currently at my home. But for the past 2 weeks, I have been going into the office, and we have very strict rules. We're split into zones. The entire company, I am, for example, this is my badge, and I am in a green zone. So if I want to switch between the zones, first my manager has to approve it, and then I have to sign that I'm switching between the zones so they know which zone I'm in. And then before we come in, they do screening, they ask us a bunch of questions, they measure our temperature, and they give us color band for that day. So it's pretty strict currently to make us all safe. So I've been going into the office, mostly working from home before that, because we're building parts for a ventilator. So another Medtronic site in Boulder, Colorado, where they make ventilators, has approached us and asked us if we can help them manufacture these two parts, supply to them. And what we did, our bosses assembled a team, and we assessed if we do have a capability of making those parts in-house here in Jacksonville, and we decided we could. So we run some runs to just make sure that we're making good parts, and then we kind of committed to it, and since then we've been kicking off 6 months worth of activities and finishing them in 2 weeks. So we've been moving very fast to qualify this. So what goes into basically making a new product? So as I said, we assess if we can make it in the house. Then we have to assess if we can continually make good parts per the specification. So all of these parts are built per drawing. So what happens, we get a drawing from another site, or from whoever we're making a part for, and based on that drawing we make a model for the machines, and that model turns into a G code, and that code gets uploaded to those machines, and then based on those codes, those parts get machined. So we are producing 2 parts, and each part is using 2 machines, so we're using 4 machines, and each machine has its own code based on which side of the product it's machining. So what we basically did that we did a bunch of runs, measurements to make sure that all of the measurements on the drawings are met. Once we did that, we had to make sure that we're actually measuring the parts. So what that entails is we have to make sure that we are sending good parts into the field. So I didn't explain what these parts are for. So those are small components. They look like small components, but what they do, they connect a filter of a ventilator to that little hose that is connected to the patient. So it's a very critical part, and it has to be built per specification. It cannot be flawed. And because if it's not connected properly, if the hose doesn't connect properly to it, then it's gonna leak oxygen out in the air, and oxygen is very flammable. So what we did is we developed gauges. So those are called go-no-go gauges. That basically the name says either it goes in or it doesn't go in. If it goes in, that means it's a pass. If it doesn't go in, it's a fail. So we check 2 dimensions in total, and basically those are like taper gauges. So we put the part in, and if it goes in, it's a pass. If it doesn't go in, it's a fail. And that's how we verify that we have built the right part on our side and that we're sending a correct part. And then also we do visual inspection, because you don't want to scratched parts to go into the field. It's just customer satisfaction, how we call it. But yeah, it's a very interesting project. I'm learning so much. I am still in my associate position, level 1 position. So it's I'm working with very different teams than I'm usually interacting with. So it's working with different types of people, and it's very much a big learning opportunity for me. And it makes you feel good to know that you're doing something in this pandemic, like helping a cause, because all of these parts are going to be given to hospitals for free. We're not selling any of them. So yeah, that's what I do in short. I really do like my job, and I love what I'm doing and impacting people's lives and saving patients. I hope you find something that you like, that you enjoy, and I hope that's engineering. because it's a really amazing field. You can do so many things with it, with any branch you choose, and you can always switch over as well if that's something you decide you're not interested in. Thank you.
We will now explore another component of the My Career Shines website by clicking this link. On the Get Ready for College page, you can earn credits by passing classes. These credits are what will lead you toward a standard high school diploma. Once you earn your high school diploma, you are well on your way to then earning a college degree or an industry certification. By clicking this following box, the Check Now box, and putting in your information, you can pull up a chart of all the high school credits that you have currently or which ones you still need to graduate. Right under the Check Now box, we will click on College and Career Planner. This is a booklet full of information on post-secondary education such as admission requirements, financial aid, and more. This is a great tool to use and I highly suggest reading it through for your own information. Next, we will go to the left to College Prep Courses page. You can take rigorous high school courses for college credit right now. These are the types of college prep courses that are offered in the high school level. However, it is different for every school, so if you're interested in pursuing these courses, make sure that you talk to your school counselor first. The first type of college preparatory courses are AP courses. AP courses are rigorous college preparatory courses in 34 subject areas and are offered in classrooms and online in middle and high school. Students who pass the end of course exam with a score of 3 or higher, which is on a scale of 1 to 5, can earn college credit for the course. Students who pass an end of course exam in the program with a score of 4 or higher, which is on a scale of 1 to 7, can earn college credit for the course. The Advanced International Certificate of Education is the last one and is also considered the Cambridge program, which is a rigorous academic program offered in some public high schools. Students who earn an A, B, C, D, or E on an end-of-course exam in the program can earn college credit. Next, we will look at the dual enrollment page. In addition to college preparatory courses, dual enrollment is also an opportunity to earn college credit. As a 10th, 11th, or 12th grader, students can take college courses as a high school student. This allows you to earn credit towards a high school diploma and a college degree at the same time. Some students will even graduate high school with an associate's degree in addition to their high school diploma through dual enrollment. This can save thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours of classwork and homework. Last, we will look at the helpful tools for success in the standard high school diploma page. Because you're all high school students, it's super important to develop these skills now. These skills will help you be successful in your high school classes as well as your college classes in the future. For example, let's look at the Study Skills resource. Click on Developing Study Skills. This document will give you ideas on how to study and get the most out of your study sessions. For example, finding a comfortable place to work in your home, accessing online resources so that you can contact your teachers more easily, or just simply looking for different ways to study that are best for your learning style. To wrap it up, today we learned about industrial engineering from a professional in the field, information on preparatory programs such as college prep courses and dual enrollment, study skills that benefit you in high school and for post-secondary education. As a reminder, my office hours are on Thursdays from 1 to 1:30. If you need to contact me, you can message me on Teams or set up a call with me during my office hours. Next week, we will be going over how college students pay for college. As an attendance question, I would like you guys to all comment on this post your favorite college name, and I will mark you as present for this lesson. Please do not forget to complete the activity after this video is over, and just hang in there. You're almost done, only a few more weeks to go, and I hope that you have a great week.